Today I'm diving into a crucial topic, especially if you're working with a Filipino VA or virtual assistant. Hello, I'm Michael Brody, the founder of VirtualStaff.ph, the place people go to hire virtual assistants and build virtual teams in the Philippines. And I've got a really good tip for you. It's all about establishing trust in your relationship with your VA. Trust is pretty much the foundation of any successful collaboration. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some valuable insights on how to build, maintain, and really improve the trust that you have with your Filipino VA. So if you're ready, let's get started. Understanding cultural differences. So first things first, it's essential to acknowledge and understand that there's going to be some cultural differences. You're in America or the UK, Australia, whatever, and they're in the Philippines. When working with a Filipino VA, you're likely to encounter a warm, friendly, and respectful approach. This is deeply rooted in the Filipino culture, and it's important to reciprocate this respect and understand it. For example, in the Philippines, someone young will touch the head of someone old. This is done as a sign of respect. It's not done in the UK and it's not done in the US, but it is done there as a sign of respect. My point here is with this example is that respect is a big part of the culture. Another example is that most people in the Philippines refer to strangers as sir or ma'am. This doesn't happen anymore really certainly not in the UK or Australia. US a little bit, yeah. Effective communication. That's really important as well. Clearly define your expectations, your goals, deadlines for specific tasks or things that you're going to have your VA doing. Filipinos value transparency. So be upfront about what you need help with and build trust from day one. Use video calls, voice messages to establish that more personal connection beyond just, the text and the messaging and that kind of thing. I've probably helped more than 100,000 businesses and entrepreneurs hire virtual assistants and build virtual teams here in the Philippines. Especially, when you factor in the amount of people who use VirtualStaff.ph. And, I tell you that because I tell them all the same thing. Use calls, video calls, and things like that. Don't always, if you don't want to, but sometimes do it instead of just messaging all the time. It helps big time when you want to build that rapport, and, that also helps establish trust. Next thing, respect their time. The Philippines is typically going to be in a different time zone to you. Okay, be mindful of the working hours and try to schedule meetings and tasks that align with their day. This is going to show that you respect their work-life balance. However, and there is a however here, I'll say this, millions of people in the Philippines, they work in the BPO industry or business process outsourcing sector. This means that a lot of people in the Philippines are working through the night during the various time zones of America. So if you need to hire a VA to work in your time zone, it's mostly never going to be an issue. However, and there's never however, if it's not important for you that they work in your time zone, I'm sure they're going to appreciate it. If they're able to work normal hours in the Philippines, it's going to be a bonus for them. Next thing, regular check-ins. So regular check-ins are crucial. They're really, really important. These can be, quick chats or emails to see how things are progressing. It's not micromanagement. It's not micromanagement. It's about staying in the loop and showing that you're interested in the collaboration. It also, everybody knows that, just better. Next thing is feedback and appreciation. Don't forget to provide feedback and appreciation. A lot of Filipino VAs are going to respond well to positive reinforcement. That when they do a good job, tell them they did a good job. If there are areas for improvement, provide constructive feedback in a respectful manner. The "what the fuck are you doing" approach, it doesn't work well when you're working with virtual staff or virtual assistants in the Philippines. Trust me, just trust me on that one. You don't need to test it. It's better to use constructive criticism than the Alec Baldwin 1980s movie approach. I forgot the name of the movie, but you know the one where he says the coffee's for closers, you worthless piece of shit, or some spiel like that. I don't recommend this approach. Anyway, constructive criticism, it helps your VA grow. It shows that you're committed to their professional development. You're in it for the long run, which is key to it all. Next thing, cultural sensitivity. Be culturally sensitive. Filipinos are proud of their culture, and showing an interest in it can go a long way. Learn about, the holidays, the traditions, the customs. This is just going to really demonstrate that you respect and you appreciate their background. It's a really interesting culture as well here in the Philippines. It was a colony of Spain for 300 plus years, and after that, it became a colony of the USA until 1946. Hence why English is the legal and joint official language of the Philippines. And here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that a full roasted pig is a common thing to eat when celebrating something special here in the Philippines? You know, I've been to a lot of parties in the Philippines where they've served the big roasted pig, which for me sucks because I don't eat pork. So, but, you know, a lot of people love it. Next thing, trust through consistency. So trust is built through consistency. Stick to your agreements and promises, and if you say you're going to pay on a certain date, do it, pay. If you're committed to certain working hours or tasks, follow through with that. Consistency breeds trust. Next thing, empowerment and growth. So, excuse me. Many Filipino VAs are highly skilled and eager to learn. Encourage them to take on new challenges, provide them opportunities for professional development and for, learning new stuff. You're going to benefit from it as well. It's going to be a win-win. And when they see that you're invested in the growth, they're more likely to invest in your success, and it's just going to take the relationship to the next level. Here's my hard-earned lesson. Before we wrap up, I want to share some advice that I learned the hard way about trust without a firm agreement in place. So, many moons ago, a few years ago, a long time ago, I entered into a trust deal with someone doing a nightclub venture in the UK. Unfortunately, that trust deal went sour, and it cost me a lot of money, a substantial amount of money. My point here, and this is why I'm bringing it up, but trust is important, but it should never be a substitute for a solid agreement that protects you. That's why on VirtualStaff.ph you can easily have your virtual assistant or your virtual staff sign an agreement that we can help you enforce in the Philippines. This is without you having to set up an entity, a business, or deal with any compliance. It's really just, it's an effortless way to protect you. And it's truly changed the game on how people hire virtual assistants and build teams in the Philippines. It provides you with that added layer of security and professionalism. If you're interested in learning more about that, virtual staff protection, and how it all works, I've included a link below, and it's going to explain it to you step by step. It's a game changer in the world of virtual staff and virtual assistants in the Philippines. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, and check out other content such as my Secrets of a Virtual Boss podcast. I do a weekly podcast where we talk about all this stuff and really get into it in depth. See you on the next video. If you'd like to hire staff and build a team in the Philippines, then go to www.virtualstaff.ph, the Philippines outsourcing marketplace.